Hey folks, this is a video to show you how to do your quarter 3 extra credit assignment. First of all, I've kind of written everything down you're going to need. This assignment is going to be done on poster board, and this is the only option. So it's not going to be done online, it's not going to be done on Google Slides, it's going to be done on poster board. Okay, so you're going to need glue stick, pencil, markers and highlighters to make it really pretty, scissors, and then your extra credit packet, which I'll have available to you in the same location, right up there on top of the shelves. Should be by Monday. Okay? Okay, what you're going to do with your poster board is you are going to separate your poster board into two halves. One side is going to be your linear functions, and the other side is going to be your exponential functions. All right. And basically, you're going to have cutouts, and you are going to have to, first of all, cut out your equations and determine which equation is linear and which equation is exponential, and you're going to glue those at the top. So you glue your equations in their appropriate place. Then you're going to have tables, and you're going to have to glue the tables and fill them out to represent the equation that you paste. So you're going to do that on both of them. So you're going to fill those out. Okay. Then when you fill them out, you are going to discuss whatever the pattern is, and we've done this before, so you'll have arrows talking about whatever your pattern is that's going on, and obviously we'll hope you've already looked at the pattern, because that's how you determine where the equation goes and that the pattern actually matches for a linear function and for an exponential function. Okay, if it's exponential, you're going to have to state the following. You are going to have to state either the growth factor or the decay factor. Okay, it wouldn't be both. It's either going to be growing or decaying, so it's going to be one or the other, and you've got cutouts for these. You'll just pick the one that's appropriate. And the y-intercept. And again, you got cutouts for them. You're just going to have to put the numbers beside of them. Okay, then you are going to have graphs, and one of the graphs is going to be specifically for exponential function. You are going to have to graph the order pairs. So I will be looking for specific order pairs to be on the graph. And you're going to graph those, and you're going to draw your curve. So let's go ahead and write this. We're going to plot specific ordered pairs from the table. I recommend that you plot the points and you sketch the curve in pencil, and then once the curve looks nice and beautiful, then you go back and maybe sketch over it with a highlighter or a marker so that it shows up. Okay. Then the last thing you're going to have is you're going to have two word problems, and you're going to have to decide which word problem is linear and which word problem is exponential. So you will glue the word problem down. So you're going to glue that. And then you are going to write an equation for it. You're going to substitute in numbers and find the answer. And so that's what one side of your board is going to look like. I think also there's a domain and a range. So you're going to have to determine the domain and the range. And again, there's cutouts for this, and you actually fill the numbers in. Okay. So then, same thing goes on this side, except for on your linear side, there's no growth factor, no decay factor. There's actually a slope. So you're going to determine your slope. You're going to determine your y-intercept. Okay. Then same thing. You're going to be given a graph, and you're going to plot specific points to make your line. You're going to plot specific points from the table. And then the same thing, there's going to be a word problem down below, and you're going to write your equation for that word problem, plug in the appropriate numbers, and find the solution for that. So the only thing that I left off is over here, because exponentials grow so fast, you are probably going to have to change the scale for the y-axis. Okay, so I'm going to write change the scale for the y-axis. This would be only for the exponential. All the points will fit on your linear just fine, but for the exponential, since it grows or decays very quickly, you need actually more y values. So maybe you make this, and again, it's going to depend on whatever your function is, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Maybe you make it 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, and so on. You know, again, depending on whatever the equation is that you get in your packet, it might even be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. But I will expect to see the scale changed, which means, you know, you're going to write the numbers next to each tick mark as to whatever your scale is. So if you're going to do 2, 4, 6, 8, then I'll expect to see like a 2 and a 4 and so on. If you're going to do 5, 10, 15, 20, I'll expect to see a 5 and a 10 and a 15 and a 20 here so that I know what your scale is. There'll be no need to change the bottom because your x values really only go up to about 4 or 5, so you'll be fine there. Okie dokie. So basically when you get done, this is not all your cutouts, but just so you understand actually the way it works, here's a graphic organizer that I'm going to give to you all just to have, but if you'll notice, it's the same thing. We've got linear here, we've got exponential here, there's a table, there's where you got to determine what your pattern is, then you've got graphs, then you've got domain and range, and then you'll have word problems. So your poster board is going to look very similar to this, except for it's probably going to benefit you to turn your poster board kind of long ways like this and split it in two. Okie dokie. Have a good night.